would be to add some track works. Guys, I think I have some tracks to further add. Okay, this is not a beauty prize winner. I've been far from it, in fact, but I do believe what we should not see anymore is trains moving over here whilst they have no need to, at least in the future. And with that, I think I've answered the question as about what we should do next. And to me it is quite clear, we should solve our capacity issues that we have with various stations. Just to be sure, let me just quickly do a check to see if any unexpected bauxite mines have cropped up here that we need to add our glorious transportation service to, other than that one, because that one's gonna get it, be assured. No, I think let's just do one. Right, so the stations that in my eyes need a bit of love are this one. This one needs a bit of love. It's not gonna be easy, because just look at it, because I mean, does it need a reason why it's not gonna be easy? But well, we definitely need to give this some love, so we'll probably have to redo all of this. And we also need to give this some love. So let's start with those. Right. Well, one thing I can say is, ew, this is ugly. I thought I'd try it, but let me just tell you this: the glassed over roofed station thingies, they are ugly. They are ugly as hell. I don't like them. So, having said that, I like this more, but yeah, I'm not happy nor proud on how we did this station entrance, but with the given the situation that this station is situated in, I don't even know how to do any better. So yeah, you know, it is like we kind of have to make do with this, and that's about it. So I hope it just stays functional. Also, every train is gonna go over here, so all the trains hereafter are gonna be blocked by, you know, by their exit tracks, basically. I mean, you're gonna see it happen. Like this train will go over here, but when it wants to exit, it is always in trouble, basically. And the same is gonna be true for this one. Though, in theory, with the pathing signals that we have, it shouldn't really be an issue. When it does become an issue is it when a train enters here and there's one loading over here, and they need to wait. Maybe this is not such a bad design after all. Anyway, another thing that I know is an issue, which I've discovered during my upgrades that I've been doing. What we're lacking is a track that goes around like this. So what happens is the trains make a turnaround to go over here. And trust me, there are trains that need to go from here to Great Trunworth, so the traffic is definitely there. Just the tracks are lacking. But we're gonna change that right now. Right, I think we got this issue now also solved over here, and that should in theory really solve most of the capacity issues that we had. Now, I haven't really showcased much of the capacity issues here, but trust me that traffic jams of trains just waiting in front were a common sight. So yeah, we have solved definitely quite a few things here. At least that's my opinion of the whole story. Now, as for the rest, there's only 4 trains really that need to go over there. It's not that much traffic issues. Another place where we had traffic issues and still sort of have over here, but as I said, over here is impossible to do anything about it. And then we have the ugly truths. Not really over here. I mean, these stations, yes and no. I mean, it's not really, this is situational. These are out of the main flow of traffic because these are like their own destination. It ends at Kinbourne, Kinbourne. There is no, from there you can go to anywhere. No, from Kinbourne you can only go to Nenston. And from Nenston you can go to Chonthill. And from Chonthill you can go to Travingford Woods. And from there on the world opens up. So Travingford Woods, this needs its capacity definitely upgraded. And perhaps also Friendinghead Cross Woods. Not entirely sure. Maybe, perhaps. But I think we should start with Travingford Woods. Alright, guys, I think I got it sorted here. Not really convinced of my own handiwork, though I do think this to be pretty clever. Basically, we're giving the trains options here. I hope it also sees effect, but stuff like this is not contributing to the total max speed of these tracks, and of course we do want the maximum speed to be as high as possible, and this is not helping. Anyway, we have officially upgraded the tracks over here. We'll see how it goes, you know, if we run into any issues. However, I also want to check out the new monorail and also maglev stuff, because in all honesty, I haven't touched it. I know as much about it as you, the viewer, know, who isn't a total fan of this pack and already has played it. So yeah, let's check it out, right? I mean, as for the monorail, these look also different than what they looked in the vanilla. But let's just have a look. I mean, it's not that expensive per track piece compared to, say, it's only marginally more expensive. And if we compare this to maglev, just out of curiosity, maglev is actually cheaper. Okay, that's interesting. So the monorail is actually more expensive. Huh. I did not expect that. Oh. So, if I were to... Oh, now monorail is considerably cheaper. It must have been this tile that was more expensive. Okay, so let's also put like a... it's a bit of a weird icon, but okay. Let's also put one of those depots there, and let's check out what is available here. Say what? We can run these electric locomotives on maglev tracks? Or on monorail tracks? Say what? It's only these ones, but we're using this one, and we're also using this one. Huh, that's interesting. You know what this means? This means that if we upgrade all our trains from diesel to electric, then we can upgrade just the tracks to monorail and just be fine with it. Now that is interesting. It also means that we're basically going to switch all the locomotives to the Pennsylvania one because that's the only real viable alternative for cargo, and we're only gonna use this EEL6 for passengers because it's just as fast but 10,000 cheaper to run a year, and also cheaper to buy, and also with less power. I'm not entirely sure if this is the right moment to jump to monorail, especially because what it only gives us is like these two trains. I don't know, but if I were to build this, I do not have wagons to add, so this would be it. Or can I just stack these? Well, that I can. And now it has... It's not that expensive, but I mean, what do I have here? I have a train that can now go 201 kilometers an hour and it carries 160 passengers. That's nothing compared to the 800 that we are already doing at 144 kilometers an hour. And then if I were to build this Yarmanchuk Express that can say... What? Oh man, this is a locomotive that, I don't know, I think they have the bunk beds in. We're gonna stack the passengers. Oh wait, you get the whole train. So, oh, that's interesting. So this is by itself a whole train. You can't shorten this, and it's always, well, 6 is a good length. Most of our stations are also 6. There's no refitting anything. And you basically, this is just it. And we are currently moving our passengers faster with more capacity, but oh my goodness, look at the running cost a year. This is like a joke, basically. This makes it a serious contender. Though, the costs aren't really the issue currently. It's more like the capacity and the amount of trains. So, with the current thingies available for monorail, I do not think it's worth it for us to transition into monorail. But with the electric engines, I don't know. I mean, just for comparison, I mean, and I'll just put this next over here, so you can see what the other alternatives are. I mean, we have like tractive effort. We have like a this one, for example, which just for comparison, this can do at 120 kilometers an hour with 353 kilonewton. That's pretty solid for all our coal trains and iron ore trains, and there's quite a few of them. That's what we use. And then there's this, which if we go to the same thingy, 128 is for all the other cargo, and that's at 330. Now if I were to do this electric, and as you can see in the running cost, it's only like 25 versus 28. If we were to, well, 28 isn't that cheap, but if we were to do this electric, I would need to upgrade the thingy depot. Let's do that. Let me say, okay, you are now upgraded. So then I can see what the available electric vehicles are. Yeah, so it's still the Pennsylvania. Well, yeah. I mean, this does have a little bit less pulling power, but it's not that much. 300. Yeah, it's more expensive, but I guess we could use this and replace all our freight locomotives with it. But I feel like there's better options coming in the future, or so I hope. It's too early with what we currently have for monorail to make the switch, especially because there's basically no locomotives. There's no gain for us. Now I want to check out Maglev, really. Oh wait, there's the same Yamanchuk, it's called. So this is like a transition vehicle from like monorail to maglev. And then there's the ML100. It is experimental. It goes 60 kilometers an hour. It costs nothing, but it is expensive to buy. And it only... Okay, so this is a test vehicle. That's clear. I mean, what are we to do with this, right? Hilarious. Right, guys, I think we have established that we do not want monorail or maglev yet. But this mod pack has it so that we can use existing locomotives and trains onto the monorail to make it easier to transition. Because that is the one gripe that I always had with the original. That once monorail came, unlike over here where it comes really early, it was always a big improvement and you wanted to use it. Currently that's not the case, but that time is gonna approach sooner rather than later. And the only way to really do that, you know, use it, you know, incorporate it into your existing network, is to send all the trains to the depot, replace all the tracks, make new depots, rebuild all your trains, and then remove all the old ones, you know. That's the only way to do it. Over here they seem to have tackled the issue by making the locomotives multiple track compatible. Now the only issue that we have for it is that we need all our tracks to be electrified. All our tracks, and that means from over here to over here to Tonstone, we need everything electrified. Now, I could have done this like, I don't even know how long ago, but I was always and still am afraid of the costs that it would bring along with it. But I guess with the monorail upon us, I think it is only time that we go and do just one big drag of, I don't know if this works. No. So, and that's what I was afraid of. We need to be in this view, the active view, so to say. Like, stuff is actively simulated here and you can do things. So I think what we need to do is just make one giant area like that. No. Like this. And just upgrade everything. Yeah, the game is not going to like this. The game is definitely not going to like this, but if we cheese it a little bit, it doesn't matter that much if we do it like this. I mean, in the end, all I need to do is just reach the border of the map, and then we know we are good, right? Right. Oh man, I hope that from the 349 game Eurobucks that we have, we still have something left. Here goes nothing. It's only 500,000? No, wait. Yeah, 5 million it was actually. It's only 5 million, guys. And we have just completely electrified everything. If we had the locomotives... Oh. Okay. You have no orders. Well, go to a depot then. That's interesting. No, but we have just, guys, may I just have a moment here? We have just completely electrified all of our tracks for only 5 million. I never know. I mean, knowing this now, I have no idea why I didn't do this any sooner. But, well, there you have it, guys. Oh, wow. And does that make for a different look upon the world, huh? Wow. Anyway, guys, I think that you've got to be shitting me. There is a not. What? What? Oh, it is bauxite paradise. We have another bauxite mine. And on that bombshell, I'd like to say, join me next time when we play more OpenTTD.